Market update time, Dow Jones, S&P. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, Dow Jones, S&P in this video. I'm going to try and make these videos a bit smaller now. So they're going to have many of the videos, but they're going to be a lot smaller. I know sometimes my videos can go for about 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to try and make them a bit smaller for you. They're much easier, quicker, faster for you guys. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Dow Jones, on the weekly chart, we can actually see that the Dow Jones had a little sort of it came down, but we had a bit of a rally up into the end of the week, as we saw on basically last week. We saw the market rally down, came back up close through there. Now if we look at the daily chart, this is the daily chart, you can actually see what actually happened is that we actually had a low point through there and it rallied up and it sort of closed through there. So obviously volume here was because of the quadruple witching. I'm not really including this volume in my analysis because of that. And now you can see what's actually happening through here. You can see the market's rallied down through there. And you can see this market still made this lower trough. And where we are right now, we can see what's happening through there. So looking on the Dow Jones chart, and if I bring up my other chart here, let me bring up this chart here, because this chart has also got me indicators and so on and so forth on there. Let me bring up my trend lines and so on and so forth, and I'll show you what I see. Now, looking at this here, I wouldn't be too surprised. Now, I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually saw the start of the week where we actually got a bit of a rally. Maybe we got a bit of a rally to the high side for the start of the week. Now, the futures have gapped up like 17 points, something like that this morning. So, futures are up already. Now, normally what happens when the futures gap that much on the open, it generally gets filled. So, it's definitely going to be this is definitely a tricky environment. I don't know what's going to happen here, but looking at this here, to me, it looks like that we may want to try and get a little bit of rally into the next couple of days, and then maybe Brexit sends this down, or maybe the market's getting that weak where the market can't even hold this level and have a little rally. Maybe the market's going to get to a point where it's just going to break down from here. Now, it just depends what's going to happen. I believe overall, either two things that's going to happen. I was saying this also last week as well. Either one, we get a rally. We get a rally into this area up the top here, and then we get a dump and we start to dump hard, or simply the market just opens here and we just go straight down. Now, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen there. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're seeing here. We are at this area of support. Now, if we look at this overall, let me bring up a line chart on the Dow Jones. A line chart, you can actually see we're starting to form a bit of a lower peak. We're starting to again, guys. If you have a look at the overall chart, you can actually see this whole area, resistance, this whole area. If the market does start to run up into these areas, it's likely to fold and then head back down, because there's a whole bunch of area of resistance up there. Now, remember what I said before, guys. This whole area up the top here as well too. That area through there, and we've got this area through here as well too. There's a whole bunch. This whole area through here, guys, is a bunch of area of resistance, heaps and area of resistance. And due to the fact, guys, that the Dow Jones could not, the Dow Jones could not make this high up here where all the other indices could, still shows to me they're very, very weak. Looking on the weekly chart, guys, on the line chart, you can clearly see what's happening here. I've been saying for probably for the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing that the Dow Jones made this lower trough, and now it looks like the Dow Jones is making this lower peak as well too. So that, to me, guys, overall, this overall weekly chart, which I expect over the next month, especially by the end of July, I'm expecting big down movement. I don't expect a crash to happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I'm not expecting a crash. I'm not expecting a 70% drop in a week. You guys are thinking I'm saying that. It's just not true. Okay, so that's what I see there. I do expect to see, I do expect to see, especially into July, that we do start to see some more significant movement on the downside. And that's obviously that. And now looking at the S&P, let's look at the, let's bring up this chart here. The S&P, once again, the reason why I'm very weak on this is because the S&P as well has broken out of all of these areas of support where it could have been, and we're broken down below here. That's a very weak sign, guys. Very, very, very weak sign. And I don't care I don't care where these stochastics are right now. Yes, I believe we're likely to turn, and yes, we could get a bit of a rally back up to these levels through here. But I believe this area through here is this left shoulder, head, and possibly even a bit of a right shoulder. And then I believe we're likely to start heading down. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because we've had this line broken through there. We've had this whole area of resistance broken through there. It could not hold it. It's just, again, same as the Dow Jones. So yes, I believe that we may get a little rally to the high side in the short term, later on the week, and then moving into next month, I believe we're likely to start seeing, if we do get a rally, it's going to be very, very short-lived, and then we start heading down big time on there. So again, guys, you cannot, technically speaking, from this point of view chart, technically speaking from this chart, see the market bounced off, rallied up, it could not break above these highs here, and then had to break back down, and now we're below all these areas of support and resistance. So to me, guys, all these areas of support, we should have been support, now it's likely to test as resistance. So looking on the line charts for the Nasdaq and the Russell, same as the Dow Jones, looking really weak. And if I go have a look at the weekly chart on the line chart as well here, we're now starting to roll over. And if you notice this line chart, guys, you'll be able to see that this was the top up here. That was the top, and it had problems breaking past there. Then we had this area of resistance, which was this point through here, and now we're broken below that there. So that tells me, guys, that if we do get a little rally, we're likely to get a rally into these areas here, and then a drop off comes through there. So that's what I do see there, guys. Overall, maybe a little bit more upside, but maybe we just start the continue down. If we do get some upside, it's going to be short-lived, in my opinion, and then we go down from there. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.